Hello, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Oh, you can see the sun on my face. The sun is shining, baby. You see that? That Florida sun. So I'm over here in FIU, Florida International University. And I had a thought in my head as I was walking through the campus here, taking care of some things. And I was thinking, what is the use of formal education nowadays, right? What is formal education? What is it for? What do we like? Back in the day, all our parents was like, get educated because, you get a good job and you from a prestigious university, and you be able to get a good career, make good money, good job. But thinking about it right now, is it really worth it? Formal education? I'm talking about, when I mean formal education, I mean university. If you don't live in the U.S., or if you don't live in the U.S., I'll tell you that formal education, especially university in the U.S., is very expensive. We're talking at least $25,000 a year. At least. Some universities, $50,000 a year. And all of these kids that go to this university, most of them get student loans. So now, is it really worth it getting a student loan to go to university only to pay that back when you get out with an uncertain future? You really don't, your future is not certain. It's not like you're going out in the world and they're promising you a lot of money. Even if you get paid a lot of money going out of the university, it's still really not worth it because you still have to pay this loan back that you got for this piece of paper called a degree. As you can see, the tennis, they're playing tennis behind me. I'm by the tennis club here at FIU, Florida International University. And for me, as a 40-year-old man, and a lot of my mates have kids, a lot of my mates are married, my advice is not to push your children to university. I would say if I have kids right now, I wouldn't want them to go to university unless they really want to go for a certain field, like medical field or pharmacy or engineering, chemical engineering, mechanical engineering, a specific field where you need that degree for. Just going to university just so you can finish university, those days are over. I know kids that make a lot of money, more money that they'll ever make, and more money that their mates that went to university will ever make, making money off of YouTube, making money off of cryptocurrency, making money off of stocks, making money off of just businesses, entrepreneurs, making money off their hobbies, making money off of collecting baseball cards and reselling them, making money off of just using their brain, because this is 2022. So the days of forcing kids to go to school just to go to school, I think those days are over. Because to survive in this world that we are in right now, you need to be able to use your brain to be self-sufficient. What do I mean by that? I mean being able to be creative, being able to not depend on a job for income, meaning you're dependent on someone else. Meaning if the company goes out of business because the business owner didn't do his due diligence or handle the business well, you're out of your job. Your whole livelihood is based on somebody else, another human. Instead of being creative. I think a lot of kids that didn't go to university take it upon themselves to be successful because they know they can't depend on a job unless they have a lot of experience working a job for a long time. You understand what I'm saying? So formal education should be only for people that want to go into a specific field. Or if you want to use that scholarship, or if you have a scholarship or you're going to university for free, of course, get that education. But as far as forcing people to go to university just to go to university, I think it doesn't make sense anymore because of the cost, because of the time that you're wasting that you could have been using to build a business. You know, if I take 2 kids right now, one goes to university just to go to university, and one goes to a specific trade school to learn how to be a carpenter, or learn how to be a plumber, learn how to be a fitter, a pipe fitter, learn how to be any kind of specific, like a tailor or fashion designer. That kid is going to do way better than the kid that went to university, because he has 4 years ahead of that kid to learn his trade. And that trade you could use to have your own business. You don't even need to work for anyone. You can just put ads online. Plumbers available for $30 an hour. Plumber available for 100,000 naira, or whatever currency your country is. You know, they have a skill set that everybody would need. Going to university doesn't equate to having a skill set. Going to university is just an indoctrination to make you a good slave, to be a slave to the workforce. The workforce is nothing but voluntary slavery, meaning you're brainwashed and you're indoctrinated through the education system that's been in place to keep you dependent on the government, to keep you dependent on an employer, which I won't want my kids or anybody that I really love to really adapt. I mean, maybe in the 70s and the 80s, or the 90s, that was the thing to do. But now, I don't think that really makes sense anymore. With the creativity and the way that people can make money nowadays, I mean, there are people making millions of dollars with cryptocurrency. They didn't go to school for that. Stock market, they didn't go to school for that. People are making money just building their credit, using that credit to reinvest in real estate or order other businesses, paying that money back, using it again. All that is skills that you learn on your own. You can be a millionaire just watching YouTube videos of how to invest. In school, they never teach you that. In school, they teach you how to be a good slave worker, like just a worker. You don't really learn any anything. I'm not encouraging people now to go to school. So if you're in university right now, or thinking about going to university and you're watching this video, or you're a parent and your kids are about to go to university, then you need to really think about this. What is the future bringing for university? Why do you want to go? Why do you want to waste that money? Why do you want to put $50,000 a year, $25,000 a year of home education when you can put that into a business? And another thing that bothers me is in the US today, as a 40-year-old man, I can walk into the bank and say, I have a business idea. Give me $100,000 loan. They won't give it to me. But an 18-year-old kid going to university can get a $500,000 loan to go to university. I mean, think about that. It's like they're not encouraging. They're not encouraging entrepreneurship. They're making it harder for you to be self-sufficient. But they're making it easy for you to just be a debt slave. So when you have that knowledge, a red pilled in that way, you understand what the education system is really about, what the syllabuses are doing. They don't teach you financial freedom. They don't really teach you how to be stable. They don't teach you how to survive. It's just formal education. Most people that I know went to school for education are now still going to trade school, are now still going to learn fashion designing, are now still going to learn other trades because they realize their degree is useless. They just went to school just to go to school. You know, in the United States today, which I'm at, most college-educated kids can't even speak correct English. They can't write correct English. They don't know how to survive. Their future is not really promising based on their education. So what's the point? You know, even if you go to school to be a medical professional, a doctor, you're coming out of school with $300,000 in debt, $400,000 in debt, $500,000 in debt. You're already negative that by the time you come out. So I mean, so for the rest of your life, you're gonna be a slave to student loan, a slave, and then you still have to buy a house, still have to finance a car. You know, it's just a system. So once you realize it's a system and you break out of that, you're gonna live financial freedom. And financial freedom is not about how much money you make and a millionaire. It has nothing to do with that. For me, financial freedom is how much time you have, how much time you have to do whatever you want, to be comfortable. You don't have to worry about paying this guy back and this loan back, this school degree back and that back. You can actually live. Even with the bare minimum, you can live comfortably. So I need you guys to think about that. Is formal education really worth it nowadays? Right? Am I gonna force my kids to do it? Am I gonna force my family members to do it? Am I gonna do it? What's the ROI? What's the return of investment? Right? As I'm here in FIU, Florida International University, I just had a thought in my head. So you guys think about it. You guys share it with your loved ones. You guys share these videos with your loved ones. There's a lot more I could have said, but more videos to come about this topic. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I also learned that some of my videos, you can't comment on it. I apologize for that. I try to turn the comments on so you can comment. So you guys have a good day. I love this sun right now. Life is beautiful. You guys have a beautiful day. Have a sunny day. And don't forget to like, subscribe, please, and share this video. Ciao.